everyone. If anyone is there. No, wait. It's a Halloween special. Let's just say boo. Oh, well.
Oh.
So, yes. Hello. Welcome. Second season, second episode of Rogues Gallery podcast. And since it's close to Halloween, we thought we should have a bit of a Halloween special. Although here in our void, we don't have any Halloween decoration because some people are too lazy to put up decorations and then take them off the next episode. Am I right? Anyway, so as usual, we have the main cast. Me, Aina. I'll be doing the story bits. Then we have Rain. Actually, you guys can introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Rain. This embodied voice. I'll be doing the news.
Hello everybody, my name is Farid. Farid. Am I using Farid?
Yes. Are you okay?
Whatever you want, my guy.
I got my own
Different
name.
name.
But either way, I'll be doing the, what do you call that? Celebrity Atelier section.
And then we have Crit, who sounds a little bit different than he usually
Hello,
does.
I am Critical Thing. I sound different because I'm using a different microphone and not because I'm a creature possessing the body of one's critical thinking. And I'll be doing the GM's Academy, and next to me is War.
Hello, War21 here. I'll be doing homebrew highlights, highlighting the best homebrew items across the interweb.
Okay, yeah, that's the cast that we have every week, hopefully. And without further ado, let's go to our first ever section. Ooh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tabletops. Today, we talk Tabletop Talks. Today, we're back, and we are going to, as usual, without further ado, let's start with the news. Very first of all, Ray Winninger. Have you guys heard of that name before? No, I'm assuming not.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I have. I'm kind of a, you could say I play D&D, so I know a thing or two.
Ah,
Well,
I'm amazed.
I do play D&D, but I haven't heard that name before. Not until today.
neither have I actually. So Crit is the most informed for all of us. But
Yeah.
he was essentially the former head of D&D in Wizards of the Coast. He announced that he's no longer with them, and if I recall, he is being replaced by, was it Dan? Where is it?
Rao, right?
You can't find the name anymore.
Dem Rao something.
Yeah, but essentially, recently Wizards have been hiring, people.
Dan
Are hiring. I'm sorry.
Dan Rawson. Is it?
Oh yeah, Dan Rawson. There you go. Yeah. So, very quickly, Dan Rawson's what was the word?
VP.
I'm not sure he was the VP, but he was working in Microsoft recently, and
Oh, yeah.
he's now working with Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast have been recently hiring a lot more people from the techie side as they are, jumping into the One D&D initiative. So they're getting a lot more people from that area of the field. Now, not sure if that's a
Yeah.
good idea or not. But we'll see.
I guess-
They're trying to bring D&D from the traditional tabletop RPG game to an online tabletop RPG.
Yeah,
Genre.
honestly, that's fair. But I feel like, I don't know, the head of D&D, I feel like should be someone more experienced in the tabletop section. Maybe they'll
yeah.
have someone underneath the head of D&D, maybe the tabletop RPG department or something, because it's one of those things where game companies were like, oh, okay, we're getting big now, let's hire these guys into the company, and then the guy just does something that is completely not what the community that they've been built up this whole time. I'm worried, but hey, we'll see. Maybe my worry is what was it, misplaced.
Hey, does
Fingers
that
crossed.
mean WOTC will start losing because they lost their winning?
Oh god.
Oh,
That would
we
be a
have
good
degraded
segue into
ourselves
the
to this.
next news. That would be a good segue into the next news because if I
It's a good
recall,
segue to the
Well-
next news because
Wow.
Hasbro has
Oh!
recorded.
No, I mean I know this beforehand, but like I understand why it's a good
Oh
segue.
no!
Oh,
D&D and Magic the Gathering face a $60 million revenue drop in Q3 2022. So now the whole most of the news in this article speaks about Magic the Gathering specifically. But you scroll down a little bit there, even Wizards of the Coast saw kind of like a decline of 47% on their operating profit. So it has slowly started to stagnate compared to the previous quarters. Basically, people apparently are not a fan of the price increases when they start moving to digital and so on.
that's true. I guess that makes sense as to why they want to go there because that's where the market is.
Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, real life is still the best way to experience D&D. You like talking over each other on the table and everything. It's not as bad as if you do it online. And then you can have nice discussion. And of course, having something to touch is nice as well. But if you want to bring new people, online is the way to go. No barrier of entry. It's easy to just get in and start. You don't need any special equipment. You don't even need dice. Everything's online. So hey.
I guess.
But yeah, but hey, moving forward, they are announcing a lot more products coming up. If I recall, soon the Shadow of the Dragon Queen. That's another book. It is the book setting for Dragonlance, if I recall correctly. If I recall correctly, that's the one. Where they're re-releasing the setting for Dragonlance for 5e. So that's something new that you guys can look forward to, and maybe will help pad up their performance next quarter. But we'll see, because because Pathfinder actually have also started to change their pricing methods. Some of their items that before they just price it equal to how retail is, but now that their digital market have been a bit more mature, they are starting to price the digital items differently. Some cheaper, but some more expensive. There is whole article that I shared on Twitter, so go over there and give us a follow and say hi, and you can read more about these kind of news as I encounter them over the week. And finally,
Also, I just saw this out of context and it was so weird before I
What?
realizing what this means.
oh, what?
Get your
What is
mind
it?
out of the gutter, I know.
What? No, I'm imagining chickens. Actually, this is a Hasbro precedent.
Wow.
Wow, president of a toy company. Nice.
Yep. Anyway, let's
You
get
have way
to the
too
next
bully a big
one.
company, you guys. Come on.
How
Oh,
could
now
you?
we're
Anna?
never gonna get the sponsorship. Oh my god, I have ruined everything.
Look,
Hasbro
no,
needs to
didn't get
sponsor.
sponsored by Wizards. I think we're safe to say we're not gonna get sponsored by Wizards. It's all good. All right, final one. D&D recommendation this week. I managed to find the Cowboy Bebop role-playing game, published by
I
Sunrise,
really
and
liking
also
this
Don't
one.
Panic Game. So it's pretty cool. This one caught my eye because it's Cowboy Bebop. They're planning to set it out on the whole thing. They're planning to this Kickstarter has started now, but the whole thing is going to end on November 17th, and they're planning to the game itself seems seems to be light on the rules in terms of on the Kickstarter page itself. There's not much on detail. However, they did provide a 52-page quick start document actually, so that's really cool. you can actually, yeah, there you go. You can actually get it on the Drive-Thru RPG for you guys to download. It's free, so you can just go over there, give it a read. Actually, have any of you given the Quick Start rule a read? Actually,
No,
No, we don't have.
yeah, don't worry, I
Wow.
didn't either. But
Oh,
that's the cool thing. That's one of the. But that's the cool thing because it is free. That's the main one that made me interested. Because usually Kickstarter is sometimes like we have this cool idea, but they don't really show much. With this, now that you have a whole PDF that you can work with, so you can give it a look, see if you like it. If you do, then go ahead and back it up. So yeah, that is everything from my end.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So that was quick actually. Anyway.
Hey, it's within time. It's
Yeah,
like 15
exactly.
minutes, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're out of
I'm
time.
awesome.
It's just why it's like what? Anyway. Let's not waste the time that we have saved and go to the next section. Hey.
Oh no, it's the Batman face.
Shit, I forgot.
Oh my
Okay.
Oh
god.
no, it's
Well-
it's Bruce Wayne.
Pretend-
Sorry, everybody. I still have my costume from the last one. Let me make a quick change.
You get the pro streamer.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I am not a
Oh,
pro
yeah.
streamer. I don't know why it
Pizza
changed.
guy. It's
Okay.
Pizza Guy and the bellboy
Oh,
guy
shit.
from Spider-Man.
How did I
It's the
just-
guy from
Oh, since everybody's seen the photo already.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Celebrity Atelier, where today we're going to talk about how to create this guy that you see on the screen.
This guy.
His name is
this
Ash
guy.
Williams.
There you go.
Ash
Yeah.
Williams
Oh, shit.
from the series Evil Dead. Do you guys know about this guy, Ash Williams?
Oh,
Boy, do I.
We know it.
I grew up watching The Evil Dead.
I do not know.
Yeah.
I don't watch horror stories.
I
You
watched
do
all
not
of.
know about this guy. Oh my god, you need to watch the series right
I love
now.
how he's a running gag in every Sam Raimi movie as well. I love him.
Well, either way, let me introduce the guy, and you can tell me if you like the guy. Actually, Joanna Ash Williams is the anti-hero protagonist of Evil Dead series. The guy who cuts off his hand and replaces it with a chainsaw and use it alongside with his boomstick to kill deadites in the past, present, and future.
Okay. Wait, his name is Ashley Joanna Williams?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that is his name. Unfortunately, but he's an
He
all-around
carries
badass.
it like a champ.
Yep. Well, let's go through his powers and abilities. You have it there, right? Powers and abilities. I mean, you can scroll down a bit.
It's here.
There you go.
Are you
Okay.
watching? Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, first of all, he has durability. He has taken several almost fatal blows from various monsters and objects, even falling from great heights, and recovering immediately without any serious injury. I mean, that is a no-brainer for a D&D character, right? Everybody can do that, right?
It's called short rest, yeah. Look it up.
Right. Secondly, he has agility. He is known to outrun the Kandarian demon on 3 separate instances, during 2 of which he is able to fool the demon into thinking he simply vanished, while he actually hid in the cabin's fruit cellar or in the rafts or on the ceiling.
Oh my god, there's another Batman.
Oh my god, no, come on, it's not a bad man.
Okay.
And he also has been seen leaping several feet into the air, and in at least 3 known instances to perfectly catch his chainsaw on the stump of his arm.
What?
Oh my god, okay.
Eldritch Knight?
Fandom, man.
Oh.
So this ability alone sounds to me is like 3 separate skill proficiencies, right? You have athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but you have to remember he is the hero of a horror movie. So imagine a guy jumping through the air, catching chainsaws on the stump on
Correction.
his arm.
It's not just a horror movie. It's a horror comedy in the later series.
Yeah, that is true. But it has the horror element in it. Well,
Yeah.
let's go to the next one. He has evil recognition. As one of the few humans to constantly escape death at the hands of the Deadites, he has figured out some of their methods. He is also able to immediately recognize Paul in the guise of Dr. Peacock, and see through the elaborate ruse and scenario in the demon had created to mentally break him.
Like detect evil and good.
True. Okay, we'll see.
Wait, could he be a paladin? Wait.
Or ranger?
That's a spell.
Or fighter.
Go on. Okay, number 4. He's a skilled marksman. He's not stellar with his gun, unfortunately, but he is proficient with his boomstick. Is the sort of shotgun that he carries along with him. Okay. And let's skip to number 5 because I don't know how to put that into D&D mechanic. He's able
Tool
to use his
proficiency.
car. Yeah. Okay. And the next one is hand-to-hand combat. Oh, listen to this one. During the trip back in time to 1982, he engaged the demon Baal in a bare knuckle, no powers brawl between the two of them for the fate of humanity. Oh my god, this guy going to a punching match with a demon.
I need to check like a stat block for like Asmodeus or something. No, one sec.
I feel like this character should have like access to banishment because he keeps like fighting demons off him and everything.
He's actually a
Does
cleric.
he banish them or does he kill them?
He killed them actually.
Yeah. So I'm thinking
not
either a paladin or a fighter.
Yeah, but not actually killing
Guys,
them actually,
don't
because
spoil.
he actually killed the vessel of the demon.
Vessel of the demon. Okay.
Yeah, because
so
Resources.
under those of you who don't know, Deadites are this type of demon, the evil that can possess dead things. So they are not actually zombies, but they are dead things, animals, human, hands, anything.
They possess
The demon possess those dead things. So if the vessel is destroyed, the demon does not get killed though. But but they don't have anything. They cannot interact with the material plane without a vessel. Okay. So, well, there you go. That is Ash Williams. So let's see if we can create him in D&D setting. Like we always do. First off, we're going to go with race. For this one, we're going to take human variant.
Okay.
Best race?
Well, I tried to avoid human variant though, but I cannot find the best combination to do the things that I come up with.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well,
It's the feat that's making it valuable.
Yeah.
It is the most flexible race.
Yeah, but right now you have the new one from Tasha's, right? What do you call that? Custom lineage.
Alright, custom lineage, yeah, that helps. Make whatever you want.
Yep. So let's go with the ASI increase. We're gonna take strength and constitution because
Of
he is a
course.
predominantly a melee fighter using his chainsaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Skill proficiency. We're gonna take acrobatics. No, he did.
Yeah,
He
because of the
did.
dodging.
He did a flip it on the air and then grab a chainsaw with his thumb.
Alright.
And then for the feat, we're going to take fighting initiate unarmed fighting.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, that's fair.
The reason I pick human variant because I want this unarmed fighting. If you see the number 6 abilities, he engaged into a hand-to-hand combat with a demon. He has to have
kicks his ass.
proficiency.
Yeah.
He has to be good in unarmed fighting. Okay.
Or would his chainsaw be part of his unarmed thing?
His
Because
what?
he does not
my
have
God.
his hand. Get it?
He's using the blunt side.
when,
not
when
turning
he
it on.
during his trip in 1982, he doesn't have his chainsaw arm, unfortunately, but he does have a metal gauntlet in place of the chainsaw.
Close enough.
Metal
Right.
Gun he made himself, right?
Yeah, he made it himself.
So he's proficient in smith tools, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but we're going to not take that.
Okay.
You win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next one, let's go to background. For this one, I'm not sure if they have it in D&D Beyond. They're haunted ones.
Oh, that should be.
They have that.
The
yeah.
basic one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
base game.
it's there.
Should-
The perfect background for your edgy character.
Yeah, there you go. But he's not edgy though. He's an asshole. Okay, so for skill proficiency, we're going to take religion. Because he has significant experience with the Necronomicon at Mortis. So he's kind of good.
Does he though?
Has a kind of general knowledge with devils. I mean, demon devils.
Okay.
I mean, I feel
That is
like
a
it's
religion tag,
secondhand
right?
knowledge. I feel like it's secondhand knowledge, though, nah?
Yeah, that is true, but still, knowledge is still knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And then the second one, I'm going to give him survival, because he survived a lot of encounters with the Deadites.
That's fair.
Okay. And then for language, I'm going to take Infernal. Between Abyssal and Infernal, which one is the one that Demon takes?
Demons are abyssal, devils are infernal. So, which one would Deadites be, everybody?
The movie says they are demons, though. So Abyssal, I guess.
I guess abyssal then.
Hey, you can
Abyssal. Let's
still
go
take
Abyssal.
both.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
get to
Dennis
like
are kind of smart though.
Haunted one only allows you to take only one of the Infernal, Abyssal, or the
No, but
old
why
language.
this one says two for some reason.
Yeah, it's that you can only choose one of the weird language.
I
But-
see.
Exotic
Oh,
languages?
but is Abyssal a weird language?
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah, exotic language.
The exotic languages are-
Abyssal, Celestial, Deep Speech, Draconic, Infernal.
I see.
Right, more than Sylvial or Undercommon. So that one, I don't know what to give him. I'm gonna give him Elvish. Just cause.
Big Elvish, okay. I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just cause, man.
Wait,
Just
didn't he talk to God one time? Wait, or am I just remembering things?
Did he?
I don't
Did he?
know.
Can't remember.
It's been a long time since I watched the second one.
I have to rewatch the series again.
Yeah.
the series, it has 3 movies and there's a Netflix TV series as well.
And there's also another movie that's not called Ash versus Evil Dead. It's something else, right? I forgot.
Yeah.
I do have a question actually. You gave him survival because he survived encounters, sure, but what if we give him medicine because he cut off his own arm and survived that?
Oh, that's true.
That
could be
is true.
Maybe swap out the religion.
I mean, either or, I guess, right? Either or.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, sure. Alright. But the ability that you get from the Haunted Ones, Heart of Darkness, basically it's like folk hero. It makes people are willing to help you when facing enemies. Where folk hero allows people to give you shelter, right? But this one basically lets commoners take arms and fight alongside you.
Oh, okay.
In the TV in the movies, when he traveled back in time, he actually enlisted the people who are living in, what do you call that? What's the place? Castle Candle. Yeah, Castle Candle, to fight alongside him against the Deadite army. So it fits. Out of Darkness.
All right.
Okay, let's go to ability scores. For this one, I'm gonna use point buy system as well. You know why not? Because it is an optimized build.
A bit more fine control.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him 13 strength, 14 dexterity, 13 constitution. I'm gonna dump intelligence. I'm gonna give it 9 intelligence.
Yeah, that's
14
That's
right.
That's kind of you.
I'm assuming he's not very smart in the show then.
But
No.
he's not that smart though. He you know what? His creator says that the only thing that he's good for is killing Deadites.
There you go. Fair enough. That's the all 14 physical stat.
There you go. And charisma, I'm gonna give him 10 on charisma.
Oh, 10 curves.
Yeah, 10 charisma, 14 wisdom.
Well, shouldn't he have more? He convinced
Okay,
an entire
14
army.
wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's an
Yeah,
asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole though.
Yeah, that despite the fact he convinced an entire army by being an asshole still.
He just rolled high then.
He just rolled a nat 20 at the beginning of the roll.
There's so much 14. Oh my god.
You know what? I'm just gonna put this on you guys. The way he convinces those people are holding
With a
out his
shotgun.
shotgun and says, "This is my broomstick," and the people, "Whoa, he's the hero. He's the one that's going to save us."
This
You know what?
magical
If that's-
wand that shoots
you know what?
fire.
If that is not- You know what? If that is not a net 20 roll on a charisma check, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely low. What do you call low stat but high roll?
Alright. So we have his stats. Let's go to class then.
Finally. What will it be?
What will it be?
Ooh.
Ooh. You know what? It's gonna
Oh.
sound repetitive, but he's gonna be a ranger.
Yeah! Damn it!
Oh.
Wait, didn't you
Ah,
choose
that
a
makes so much more
ranger
sense.
last time?
I
Oh, it makes sense, but then like, come on.
I tried giving him different classes, but it won't work. I don't know why.
Eldritch Knight. Eldritch Knight, it's so easy.
But
Basic understanding of knowledge and magic. 2 weapons, 1 ranged, 1 melee that he can inadvertently summon into his hand or onto his stump.
But if
was
you
right
want
there.
to do the whole detect, like understand the enemy
evil
level of
recognition
thing.
though. Yeah, he doesn't have evil recognition though, Eldritch Knight. That is why I find it hard to pick any other classes. I mean, I tried Paladin, I tried Fighter, Eldritch Knight. I tried Cleric as well. Doesn't fit. Only Ranger fits. I don't know why.
Ranger's just too versatile, man. You can be anything.
Yeah, maybe. But it's ironically, it's the class that everybody hates the most.
Yeah. It's a good flavor, man. It's just not well designed at the moment.
Well, but hey, if these things, these builds helps everybody, try shift their focus to the ranger class, maybe we'll get a better ranger class in the future. Right, let's go to one
Seems
by one
unlikely.
for the abilities.
Change public perception on the ranger class.
Yeah.
All the characters rangers. This is a secret goal.
We should change our channel name to Skillian Rangers rather than Skillian Rogues.
Oh my god.
Made that an April Fool's thing.
Hey.
Alright, let's go to one by one. He has a 1d10 hit dice. I mean, okay HP, right? Allowing Ash to take a few hits. I mean, he does take a lot of hits in these movies. I mean, and then armor. He's proficient in light and medium, and shields. Ash has never been seen wearing any heavy armor, so light at most, I guess. He's wearing his, shirt,
Yeah,
armor
fair
shirt.
enough.
It is a light armor, right?
Wait, he doesn't even wear any armor even when he went to the past?
No, he does not do any armor.
Oh
He's
wow,
just
okay.
that badass.
Alright.
Well, weapon, he is proficient in simple and martial. Chainsaw, I guess chainsaw is a martial weapon, right? Sword or
I'd
shotgun
say
as well.
so, yeah. I'd say both for you.
Alright, as for skills, let's take insight to help him find out who's a deadite. Let me give him insight. Then stealth. He's able to hide from the deadite on 2 separate occasions. And I'm gonna give him athletics because being a hero, he is very athletic. And at level 1, Ranger gets favorite enemy. Let's take undead this time.
Alright, that's fair.
Yep. It helps him detects these deadites, because he has that ability that we mentioned earlier, evil recognition, right? So he needs help. He needs some ability that can help him detect where are these deadites hiding. And then at level 1 as well, we're going to take the optional feat, Death Explorer.
Because of course.
Yeah, because Natural Explorer sucks.
Oh man, it's a good flavor, man. You pick a coastal character and then your whole campaign takes place underground. That's always
Yeah.
fun.
But Death Explorer gives you Kenny at level 1, which gives you 1 expertise, and I'm going to give it to Insight. Because he is able to detect Deadite. So for all you didn't know, Deadites can, disguise themselves as normal human or even dead bodies. So, to discern if you were a normal guy or a Deadite. So you need Insight. Okay,
What's his
let's go.
wisdom score again? 14, right?
14, yeah, plus 2.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's very insightful.
So let's go to level 2, where he gets his fighting style. This time he's gonna take archery, because just now he has a fighting style unarmed, right? And then we're going to give him archery.
Oh god, is that like
Because-
his shotgun?
Yeah, and he has his broomstick. Yeah.
Yeah.
His weapons of choice. And then for spell casting, let's take Hunter's Mark, Searing Smite, and Zephyr's Strike. Hunter's Mark and Searing Smite first, and then Zephyr's Strike at level 3.
A what?
Hunter's Mark. Rangers, Hunter's Mark.
No, you said
Searing
searing
smite.
smite. Smite?
Yeah, Searing Smite.
Is that something?
I don't think that's a.
Rangers don't have it?
That sounds like a paladin thing, but
It's a
I don't-
smite.
I don't
All
think
paladins
Rangers
have
have
smite.
smite.
Yeah.
Rangers
Let me
don't
check.
have smite, right? Unless that's
Uh,
I don't think so. But hey, we've been wrong before.
I mean, there's another class that has smite, but I don't think it's ranger.
Yeah, but it says here on my D&D wiki dot.
Hey,
Oh, okay, so the wiki dot just yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay. If
okay.
it doesn't
I guess,
have that, then
yeah.
Zephyr Strike. Let's take Zephyr Strike and
it's a
What do you call
paladin
that?
exclusive spell.
Maybe they updated
Well-
it for the new book. Maybe.
maybe. Well,
But
let's
that's so
take
weird.
Zephyr's.
Why give it to the ranger?
No, I mean, extra damage, I guess.
Yes.
So Wikidot's not official.
Yeah,
Yes, so yeah.
Zephyr Strike and let's say Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah.
That's good enough.
So anything else?
That's it for the spells, right? They only get 2. And alright, so let's go to level 3. At level 3 is gonna get Primeval Awareness. that way, he can find all the deadites he wants. Using a spell slot and action and an action. You can detect where a deadite might be. Basically the undeads right now, because we have the favorite enemy is undead.
Yeah, I mean, even at a higher level, he can pick the demon next as well. So
demon, yeah. All right. And then at level 3, he gets a subclass. We're gonna take Monster Hunter.
That's fair. That's a simple thing to go if he's just hunting one particular creature.
Yep.
And I'm assuming Horde Breaker or some shit.
That is the Slayer.
Oh, that's the Slayer. Okay.
Yeah, that is the Slayer. Monster Hunter is a different one.
Okay.
So Monster Hunter will get spells. So for spells, protection from evil and good. So basically, Ash has this Necronomicon on him, and in the Necronomicon itself, there are some spells that you can use to protect yourself against the Deadites. So
there you go.
So there you go. Next, he's gonna get Hunter Sense. Basically, this one is the next two ability, Hunter Sense and Slayer Spray, are basically more ways for this character to kill stuff. Hunter Sense, with an action, you can. Where is it? There you go. Hunter Sense, with an action, you can find out if your enemy, if the one that you are targeting, has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. So when you're fighting someone that you are unsure of, you can, use your action.
Alright.
Look into their weakness, see if they basically you want to know if they're resistant or immune to any type of damage, right? Because vulnerabilities rarely comes out.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And Slayer Spray just gives you an extra 1d6 damage when it's like a Hunter's Mark, basically.
Oh my god, you have 2 Hunter's Mark. Great.
Yeah. Chainsaw, man. That thing, constantly deals damage to you.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god, one hit's gonna be painful though. If you have both on them.
Well, that's it, I guess, for our level 3 character. And for weapons, I mean, he mainly used chainsaw and boomstick. So in universe, I'm gonna switch it up with great axe and a hand crossbow.
Great axe and that's close enough.
Oh yeah, boomstick. You need to reload. It's the saw. You have to unload the whole barrel and fill it with.
Yep.
Yeah, but doesn't he dual wield them though? Should he have a hand axe instead of a great axe?
No, because his chains, one of his hand he cut off one of his hand, right, and switch it over and attach a chainsaw to it. So he only has one free hand.
Okay.
So you're saying the axe is in his hand? His hand.
Axe is it's his hand. But if he wants to use the great axe, he has to hold it
with 2 hands, basically. Okay, yeah,
the way he uses his chainsaw, he really uses it in one hand.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
I thought he does he goes like
and everything.
Yeah, he revs up using the one good hand that he has.
I see. Gotcha.
Alright. So for his name, I'm gonna name him Ashley X-Hand.
X-Hand does sound like the typical fantasy name.
Like that?
Yeah,
that works. It's kind of badass.
That works too.
Alright. So let's review back. We managed to create Ash Williams.
Yes.
So he has how many H points again? 28.
Not bad.
Decent, right?
Third level.
For durability. Yeah. Decent durability, decent HP. And his dex score would be +2 and +4 in acrobatics, right? For his agility ability. For evil recognition, he has multiple choices. First of all, his insight is +6. That is a lot. And also he has the what do you call that? The level 3's ability, primeval awareness. Okay. And then skilled marksman. He has archery fighting style, so +2 to hit. And hand-to-hand combat. He has unarmed fighting.
At higher level, he has
make
to
him-
take the what you call crossbow expert, so that you can excellent shoot crossbow.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that is higher level though.
Yeah, in the future.
So what do you guys think? Do we have Ash Williams?
I'd say so,
Yeah, I
but,
think you
but
got
but
him.
like it's missing
Yeah.
some abilities. I feel, right?
Yep.
I mean, he is a guy with a shotgun and a chainsaw. That's kind of his whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything else.
He's a simple guy. He's a simple guy.
Okay,
He's a simple guy. He cusses a lot. He curses a lot. He complains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
that's Ash Williams. Anyone who knowledgeable can have a comment on it. Yeah, have a look at it later when we compile this and stuff. Anyway, we still have 3 more sections to go, so let's not dilly dally and go to the next one. Great. Whoa, okay. I think, yeah, never mind. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, so, well, a Halloween episode won't be, quite great without telling horror stories, am I right? So,
Oh god.
so yeah, this is the horror story that I have for this week. This is from r/RPG Horror Stories. Let's zoom in. And the title is Character Dies Due to Player's Nonsense, and she blames the group for it. By user Abo14. You can read these numbers. I think 14. Oh, I think this is a birth date, 14/09/1993. Anyway, it says long, but it's not that long. And
Don't dock someone, Aina.
what? Hey, is it my bad that he puts this random number here that I assume it's a birth date? Anyway, so it's my first time writing on this board, although I've been lurking for a while, so I apologize for any format or grammar mistake because English is not my first language. So the story starts with an established group of Call of Cthulhu players who have been going on with a campaign that lasted close to a year. One of our players had to leave due to real-life obligations, so the keeper invited a new player to fill the spot. So the keeper is like the
Dungeon master.
yeah, the dungeon master, but it's, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Keeper, it's like the lore keeper. Anyway, as a premise, the game has been very investigation or roleplay heavy. All the characters were made as normal, flawed people with no superhero backstory or anything like that. There were exactly 7 instances of combat during the whole campaign, and they were treated as a serious life and death situation, and so were any and all attempts to try action movie stunts, just like it's supposed to be. So this premise is important because the new player not only decided to not have a session 0 with us to make a character appropriate for the story, but she also made an effing anime ninja princess as her character.
Oh god.
Okay,
Nice.
that's a red flag for a Call of Cthulhu game.
So
The DM should have called this player out before the game started.
anyway, it wasn't so on the nose at first. The game was set in the 1980s, and she just presented herself as the daughter of a Japanese businessman who came to America with him on a business trip. Her character's name was Yuriko, a bit more exotic compared to our local journalist, cop, and antiquarian, but otherwise fairly normal. The story starts at a gala where the mayor was welcoming some new investors, including Yuriko's father, who had invested in his new development plan for the town. All of our characters were there for a reason. The cop was providing security, The journalist was there to write a piece on it, and my character, whose antiques shop was the oldest of the town, was there to keep up appearance and show he didn't go completely nuts yet. Long story. Also, I think Call of Cthulhu has the whole madness or sanity aspect of it
Yep.
as well. Yeah, so that's why the nuts yet. So during the party, Yuriko starts acting incredibly suspicious. She tries to eavesdrop multiple conversations and tried to gain access to the private rooms of the mayor. She failed her roles and was caught by the police Popo PC, who then tried to escort her out of the premises. She decided that it was as good a time as any to drop a non-agreed PvP moment into it and tried to judo flip the cop and run out. So I won't bother you with the mechanics, but her size was so small, by choice mind you, she totally went for the anime small girl thing, and the cop was so big that such a thing was basically impossible. After making an ass out of herself, she was escorted out and told to behave. The mayor then called my character into his study to ask him about some books that had come into his possession recently. Not satisfied of having made an ass out of herself yet, Yuriko went outside, changed into her ninja gear, where the F she keep it, nobody knows, and tried to scale the 3 stories building to try to, once again, eavesdrop on our encounter. She once again fails her role, but this time decided to force it. For those of you who don't know the system, when you choose to force a roll, it's an all or nothing thing. Either you pass the test or the keeper has free reign to ruin your character's day. So she once again fails the roll, and she faced the only possible consequence: someone trying to carelessly scale a building. So she goes forward, which is to say a ruinous fall. She takes 14 points of damage, which is sadly more than her maximum HP, leading to instant death. The keeper rules that she broke her neck during the fall, and the player doesn't take it well at all. So she goes on a rant as to how we never tried to be cooperative with her, how her character was part of an ancient order of ninjas that were supposed to protect humanity from the mythos? I'm not kidding, that was her backstory, and how she was there to offer her blade in service of the party. We tried to tactfully explain to her why this was a god-awful excuse of a character for the game, but she got even more aggressive. You never wanted me in the game. You asshole just wanted to play among yourselves and didn't want a girl in the game. And she quit. So this, despite the fact that the player who left and the effing keeper are both women. Once this little show ended, we asked the keeper what the hell was she thinking by adding her to the game, and she said that she was her sister, an avid D&D player who kept pestering her about this flabby fish monster game she did on Friday nights. She tried to explain what the game was about and set up some reasonable expectations, but she was having none of it. I asked her why she approved such a stupid character in the first place, and she told me she hoped her sister would come to understand what the game was about and change her character. This was supposed to be a quiet session, nobody was supposed to die, but her foolishness was her doom.
And like, I feel like they
Yeah,
didn't even get introduced to the party, right? She came into the story, she died, and the party doesn't even realize it.
Yeah,
From my understanding here.
I think like following sessions would be like, mystery girl falls off building, possible suicide attempt? Question mark is probably what's the in-canon reason.
It would be even funnier because first, not mystical, she was dressed in a ninja outfit, right?
Oh my
She's
god,
also
yeah.
the daughter of a businessman.
Jesus.
Oh, businessman daughter goes to suicide in a ninja costume?
Well,
So
in my opinion, maybe she does not understand the game setting.
Oh,
So
definitely.
no, I mean, yeah, the sister tried to explain to her what it means, but she was having none of it. She thought it was just like another D&D game. So that's the whole shenanigans.
Yeah.
So to give you a
but-
bit of a context as to the whole like changing to a ninja outfit, OP said something about how it went down. So the moments before the climbing roll were pure unadulterated cringe humor, with the keeper going above and beyond and trying to make the ninja understand how effing stupid her idea was. You are not equipped to climb a building. You are in an evening dress. then the ninja says, "Now I will just take off my shoes, tear the fabric of the dress, and climb." But you can't go back inside if your dress is ruined, damn it. Think about this. The ninja said that I will take out my ninja getup, change and climb. Keeper, you didn't tell me anything about a ninja getup, and where the hell are you supposed to keep it anyway? So it went on for about 10 minutes before the keeper finally relented and the whole climb to her doom happened.
Yeah, I mean, like those kind of actions would work in a D&D campaign in a more action-focused game. Like in a D&D campaign, Ignis could say, "Okay, I'm gonna climb off this building when I use my skirt as like a rope and everything." That makes sense in a D&D setting.
That makes sense.
And
Yep.
plus
Call of
you get
Cthulhu is, a game where a gun is one of the more powerful items that you can get.
It's
gun
more
is still
tricky
weak.
settings.
There you go.
Gun is still weak in this game as well.
But I just feel like the sister just doesn't want her sister to play. The keeper just doesn't want her sister to play with her. So
I mean,
just
she
to get
felt
her
like,
to stop pestering her about the Flabby Fish game.
I disagree. There is some to that, but in the end, the GM did want the sister to okay, so this is the game, how it is, and everything. Tries to explain that this is not D&D, this is not superhero jumps out of buildings and all that shit. But from what I understand here, the sister doesn't seem to want to listen.
Yeah, that's why that happens, because OP also
Yeah.
mentioned the keeper was the most surprising thing because she's very experienced and very good with COC. So if she really does know her sister, really wants her to play, then set up a Pulp Cthulhu one shot so that she can have fun. And I mean, her character would be perfect for that. Then anyone else could have run the game if they asked, but they didn't do that.
Do any of that, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's fair.
some continuation to the what the keeper did after the ninja died was we now have the case of the OP says we now have the case of the foreign debutante who was possessed and committed suicide at a gala. But it's cold, but it's such a good setup. So that's how they turn the whole.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
An ancient Asian artifact like a vase or china broke and it released a spirit. I love it.
So that gave me the impression that the keeper just hey, you don't want to hear this whole thing that I'm not gonna bother with you. Here, I put you in the game. If you could figure this out, then you can join. If not, then
It does sound like that. Yeah.
I'm like these systems are different for a reason. The 5e D&D rewards players' actions and their skill sets by adding proficiency, bonuses, advantages. This game doesn't have a lot of those, and it's based on a D100 roll percent, where it's up to probability, and there's just some slight things that change it. This game is just pure trying to base it on reality. There are two separate systems for trying to replicate two separate vibes. It is totally I can't. This is just cringe material. I'm not even sad.
yeah, it's horror. It's not supposed to be sad. I mean, it can be sad, but yeah.
It can be sad.
So yeah, that's the story for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Let's now go to Homebrew.
God, I'll never get over that intro. Anyway, welcome to Homebrew Highlights, where we take a deep dive across the interweb to find out homebrew delights. Let's see what's cooking. Alright, for the Halloween vibe and telling whatnot, we have an appropriately titled spell today, folks.
Alright.
Feeling the Halloween spirit? Are you yearning for a chilling creeps and spooky treats? Why not supplement your spooky game or one-shot with the properly titled Trick or Treat spell by Goblin Coach in the D&D Homebrew subreddit. Go check him out. He has other material as well. I see some very festive themed creatures as well, such as like a pumpkin king sort of vibe. Go check him out. So, the trick or treat spell. Basically, it's a spell. It's a first level evocation spell. There's no rules about upchart or what happens if you cast it on a higher level, but I assume we can just add it add another additional damage dice to whatever effect occurs. The neat trick of this spell is that it's based on the concept of trick or treat, the literal tradition of asking for a candy and either receiving a trick or a treat. This spell requires verbal, somatic, and material components. The material components being appropriately a sweet candy, of course, or sour, whatever your preference is. It's a concentration spell, so gotta keep up that concentration. It takes an action to cast and has a range of 60 feet. So, what is written by this spell is you imbue the chaotic magic into a piece of candy, and whenever you cast the spell, you can either pick it to be a treat or a trick, and then you sort of throw or pass it along to either an ally or foe or even yourself. Rules as written from this one. Once you've picked, the caster gets to roll d6, and based on the table here, the certain effect will take hold, and then they will have to hold concentration for whatever effects. Certain effects include, from what I'm gathering here, minuses to bonuses, attacks, regaining some hit points, also some temporary hit points. Also, I think one of them also increases your speed, and they're quite neat. Is not a very powerful selection of abilities, but it's a first level spell, and it's festive themed. It's not supposed to try to power change anything else, but yeah, it's appropriately themed. I do also have an expert here. It's something I grew upon myself. The candy has all right, sorry, I'm gonna my favorite effects out of the treats and tricks is the candy kernel for the tricks, which is god awful tasting candy. Trust me, candy corn is the worst thing I've ever eaten. What happens when you get the candy kernel from tricks is the person who's receiving the spell has to make a Constitution saving throw or take 2d8 poison damage, and get poisoned. It's that bad. You're gonna have vomit for a week. And my favorite, of course, is peanut butter cups. Reese's Pieces forever. No arguing with that. No one can argue. The peanut butter is the best. On casting the spell, the user gains resistance to any type based on the caster's choice for the duration. So yeah, take it as you will. It's a very nice, fun spell. It doesn't say which casters can use it, so I guess any caster that supposedly could cast appropriately an evocation spell, go ahead and learn it and spice up your games. That's it for Homebrew highlights. Now, any comments? Can I take any comments?
I'm torn between whether this is really good or really bad. Right?
That's true, yeah.
It's a first level spell, mind you. It's a first level spell.
At first when I read, I was like, oh god, it's so long, and the abilities are there's so many. But then as you explain it, as I read it, this is actually, not too bad. The effects kind of fit the name and everything. This would be kind of fun. Yeah. Although I do feel it'll be great as a magic item, maybe a cheap magic item that they can use.
You reach into a bag and take one, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a pumpkin bag, bag full of treats.
Yeah.
I got treats.
I wish for a trick, and then you take it and roll the d6 or either way. But
yeah, exactly. Something like that, the bag contains 2d12 candy. Each time you roll a d12, and then you pick from one or the other table,
Okay, well, now that's just adding more unpredictable.
I mean, yeah. If you want to just craziness to it. That's how I would do it at least.
You
It's
cast
like a different what do you call deck of many things, but a little bit more fun.
you accidentally cast a trick on the party member that's almost down.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a gamble,
If you-
man.
If you want to spice things up a bit more, you can always take the what do you call that? Wild magic sorcerer and cast this spell. See what you get.
Oh god, double.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Double randomness.
No, 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 no.
Make sure you use the 1d20,000 table to figure out the wild magic effect as well.
God, no, let's not talk about the 1D1000. I've seen what
And
those
then you get
include.
you get Chuckies, you heal by 2d8 point, and then explode a fireball on yourself.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's just awesome. I love it.
So yeah, use
like
it
it.
as you will. That's it.
I mean, on top of everything I said before, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah. So finally, our final session of today, and the session that your Cole, if he was here, would be waiting for. Ooh.
And once again, hello and welcome to the DM Academy, where we teach you how to be a better DM/player. The class is now in session. Please take your seats and let's begin. So, for today's topic, or for today's holiday, I found it appropriate to talk about, well, death and dying.
Wow.
Oh,
So, do I have a volunteer from the class who wants to tell me how death or going unconscious works in D&D?
I have
Drops
the most
to
experience
0
with this.
HP.
Okay, so, Rain, do you want to take it away?
Yeah. So when you drop to 0 HP, you fall unconscious, but you're not dead yet. You are dying at that point. So, and on your turn, at the end of your turn, to be specific, you guys, at the end of your turn, you make a death saving throw. You roll a d20. 11 or above, no, sorry, it's 10 or above. You succeed. 9 or below, you fail. You succeed 3 times, you return with 0 hit point. You're stabilized, but you're not, you're not up and going around doing stuff. If you fail 3 times, you die. There are a bit other details, but that's the basics of it about D&D.
Exactly. Very nice. And who can tell me what happens when you die?
I don't think anyone
You-
can because they haven't died
You,
yet.
you can
What, you guys
tear your
don't do that?
sheet up and make a new character.
No, when they die, you get somebody to revivify, resurrect, raise dead, reincarnate, or true res. That's what you do when somebody dies.
Exactly. But keyword in that is you wait. Now, waiting for stuff to happen in middle of combat is objectively not very fun. Would you guys agree?
Yep, that is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That is why you don't give us 10 billion enemies to fight.
Sorry, horde is fun sometimes. Anyways, go on.
Okay, so what I'm suggesting today is a new condition, which
Whoa.
is not unconscious, it's not dead, it's dying. And this is taken from a man called John 4 from John 4 Role Playing Tips. Do check him out. He talks a lot about this kind of stuff. And basically, the state of dying sets it so that you are, well, dying. When your hit point reaches 0, and all the way into whatever your constitution score is, into the negatives, you are dying. You are allowed to crawl on the ground for only a few feet per turn, of course. Can still speak and got your senses, and can still attack and spellcast at a huge risk. Your attacks are significantly weaker, And anytime you spellcast, you get a chance of just wasting a spell slot.
Oh.
Or if the dungeon master is sadistic, causing a misfire, because that's fun.
Ooh,
So,
that's no.
with this ruling, no. With this ruling, basically what the idea is to make the players who would be otherwise unconscious, sitting and waiting for their roll, to have a bit of agency and still be in the fight without actually, changing the tides necessarily. Again, there would be rolling at way lower capacity. And that's halfway there on the part of dying. Do you guys have any comments?
Halfway there on the part of dying?
There's more?
Well, the next part is death itself, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it.
Well,
I thought there was.
in my opinion, this could be a double-edged kind of thing. I mean, yeah, the player can do stuff while they're unconscious, right? Technically unconscious, dying, right? But that will paint them as a target for the DM as well. I mean,
Exactly.
are the monsters really gonna let you crawl around and try to stab them? They're gonna turn around
Oh
and
my
bite
god,
you
they're gonna
straight back and you'll
die.
be dead. Yeah, you're gonna die.
I have a question about this. So
Yeah.
if you're dying, are you at 0
Mhm.
hit points?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go from 0 into negatives, technically. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So if they're dying but they're still casting actions, it's reasonable enough that the DM would still target the dying character. And
I mean, yeah.
badly timed attack would mean below your max hit points. Oops.
Yep.
Oops. All dead.
You
all
can
permanent
absolutely die from that, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? You are free to spellcast, attack, move around, do your thing, but you're painting such a huge target on your back that perhaps you should consider your injuries and back away from the fight, get healed, get to safety, get to cover,
Then,
that kind of stuff.
as a player, I mean, I guess it's like one of those things where you, like, if almost everyone's almost dying, that gives you something to do. Like, there's nothing else to lose. Your things are gonna die anyway. But in normal circumstances, I don't see a reason why I, as a player, would use it, I suppose.
Well, it's primarily to remedy the, boredom of being unconscious in a D&D game.
But I'd rather be
Because-
bored for a minute rather than for I don't know, an hour, 30 minutes, if it means I can still keep playing my character, for the next few sessions. But that's
I mean, a dying character is not necessarily a target itself if you're not being inconvenient to the enemy.
yeah, but there's a possibility. And when there's a
Well,
possibility, that means
Personally, the way I play humanoids in my campaign is that if one of the party members gets downed, there's gonna be a blade to their throat next turn, basically.
damn.
Because yeah, that's how smart people do. Like, hey, you value this person, right? Let's hold them up. Is that bad?
No,
Am I the
I mean,
bad guy?
humanoid, yeah, I guess so. But I guess it depends.
I mean, it doesn't make you a bad guy. It makes you a sadistic guy.
That is a good
That is something I can live with.
Wow.
Well, for the next part on death itself, there's an idea of purgatory, which to me seemed pretty cool. The core concept is that, you die, sucks to suck, but instead of just getting a new character sheet and writing up a new character, instead you can become a minor ghost for the duration of combat or maybe for a while longer, right? And this is, it can branch into different ways. You can speak to the party and offer them tips and any kind of a help that a ghost would be able to offer, information. That's the simplest one. Then you have the fun stuff. You can try to perhaps possess an item or an enemy combatant, perhaps, to fight once again after death, which seems like a very spooky idea to do, and I'm all for it. And there was one more where an angel or a devil appears on the field, and you have to fight or negotiate for the spirit of your fallen comrade. And if you manage to, well, negotiate or duke it out, your friend gets their soul back, and
Oh,
they are brought back to life.
okay.
And that's the 3 death options, and that's my... Speaking of death, my ping shooting up to 1,000.
Oh no.
Lovely. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so that's the 3 death ideas. Any opinions?
You want to go by like what you usually do, or?
Oh, sure. Well, in my campaign so far, I try not to kill the PCs all too much.
Oh no, I
hope
meant
you guys
like
know this.
what you usually do, as in like go by the less experience to the more experience. Sorry, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Because-
So, like, ask you guys like last time.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you were gonna. No, never mind. Ignore me.
Well, you guys like that, so with that in mind, War, why don't you tell us how you feel about this?
I feel like I should bring up, for the audience, I am the most experienced with the unconscious condition, but
That's true.
having the active ability. Wait, so can you have bonus actions, or is it just like an action you're able to do while you're dying?
I would say it would be just an action.
Yeah, I would. You know what? My abilities rely on being close and like being supportive, usually as a bard player or support class. I honestly think it's not that good, per se the least. It's like you said, painting a definite target, and I feel like it's just spelling. It's just painting, writing, like painting on the wall. At this point, like you wanna just finish your character. It's a risk I'm not willing to take as a player, honestly. Unless it's like the final session maybe, and it's like a heroic sort of thing, and thematic. But normal, I don't feel like I would ever, even if this is an option on the table, I would never use it. That's just me.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it could be an opt-into kind of deals. Maybe you go down if you have inspiration, you can do it.
Well, yeah.
Seems reasonable. Right. Thank you for your input, though. What about Farid?
Oh wow! Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I really like the concept of dying. When you fall unconscious, there's still some things you can do, and instead of just attacking, like what Kit said, you can go into cover, get some healing. Move out of harm's way so that your party member can come and help you. Right. So I like that part.
Oh yeah.
However, when you're already dead part, I mean, it does alleviate the boredom of the player that has lost his character. But I mean, maybe I'm more to the ghosts are able to only to use the help action maybe.
Oh, I can see that.
And
Yeah.
maybe just yeah, I mean because because the monster is the monster just kill your character, right? Either be outright or be from excessive amount of damage, or just finishing you off while you're down. I mean, all of those actually uses the monster's resources, right? Turns, abilities, actions, right? I mean, the monster. I mean, it doesn't make sense that you give the player a lot of actions after that, because the monster just kill your character. Because when you kill the monster's character, the monsters don't return back as a ghost, right?
Are you asking if the monster tries to go?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to be a bit fair towards the DM and the players a bit. I mean, I understand the main reason we do this because, for example, if a PC dies in turn, let's say the second turn, and maybe there's another 10 turns left in the combat,
Mhm.
it'll get boring very quickly for the one that just died, right? So maybe just
Yeah.
give him, maybe allow his ghost to use the help action. He can only use the help action. Basically, he cannot do much in terms of controlling the flow of the combat, except just giving people advantage on things. Of
Counter
using
argument:
the help action. Yeah.
use help action and use items, because ghosts possess things.
Yeah. Yeah. True. But maybe I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know.
needs some refining, perhaps in the homebrew workshop.
Yeah,
Or
it needs some refining. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, unless there is a precedence in the world that ghosts can do stuff, right?
I mean, there is.
I don't make homebrew. I only like showcase it, my guy. Those are two different things. I'm a promoter. I don't do the shit.
That's fair enough. Right, and next up we have Aina. Any opinions?
Well, I mentioned I agree with War with the putting a back on target on the back, and like I usually don't make my characters just to see them die, and I would always find a way not to like let them die. Like that's the reason why I keep at back range with all my characters, because I mean they hardly get attacked, that kind of thing. And honestly, if my character is down, I'd be more so too distraught with emotion to actually be of any use to anybody. So like the ghost thingy or the help thingy, it's not like I like, in my own personal opinion of how I play my character, is not great. Like I don't see this benefiting me personally, but I can see how it can benefit others, that kind of thing. Because like some people don't take as much of a emotional attachment to their character, so they're like, I just want to play this for the combat and the fun. So maybe they'll definitely be like better at that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So like, but the whole angel and devil thing, I guess it it maybe doesn't fit with our campaign setting, because if like an angel or devil suddenly comes in and just like, hey, you guys duel now to like get your friend to live, then it's not um like, I mean, our campaign setting has no angels and devils, and gods have left and whatnot, but maybe there are, we don't know. So like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's my opinion on it.
It has like a biblical angel in your campaign, though.
That one, yeah. That's
But it's not so much that they would show up to showdown with you guys for no reason. It's like they come to claim the soul, and you guys are there, right?
Yeah, that's a
And
cool
if you want to
idea
try and put
though.
a stop,
Like, it's,
imagine like a three-way fight, right?
yeah,
You're in the middle of a fight, an angel shows up, and like everybody's confused and shit ensues.
I can see how that'd be
But
cool.
again,
Yeah, but
That's definitely, it has to be a campaign theme sort of thing.
yeah, it does,
magic
because
and
it
heaven
sounds.
exists.
Because it sounds like a big deal for angels. Like, imagine if every time someone dies, an angel comes down to like pick up your soul, and like,
well, like, it would be a
it's the
cool
Reaper
setting, though.
again.
Yeah,
It
like,
would.
it'd be
It
a cool
would be a cool
setting.
setting. Yeah, obviously.
Like, when someone's dying, immediately like, the Grim Reaper shows up, and everybody just stares at the Grim Reaper like, "Shit, do we want to fight him and save our friend, or just let him do his job?"
Or-
wait,
that happens in my campaign actually.
Shit, really? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
imagine a battlefield, and then it actually becomes a battle between hell and like, oh god.
Or if that happens in the Rust engine, I'm sure like Danny would have been very acquainted with the Grim Reaper.
Hey, he keeps shouting the light a lot. He has a fate. I don't know. One day he'll see the light.
Nah. He's doomed to forever repeat the process of getting knocked down.
Especially you just got a healer. That's gonna be another one. Not keeping you alive.
Right. And last but certainly not least, Rain. What's your take?
I like the dying part, to be honest. That's what I've been doing, because like in my games, when you fall quote unquote unconscious, you're still awake. One of my main gripe is like when you drop to 0, you're unconscious, and then from there, that's how you die. So that means if you use the rules as written, the character gets no last word, gets no last action. They just get knocked unconscious, and then 3 rounds, someone stabbed them or whatever, they die, which is kind of boring. What I usually do is you're kind of like semi there, you know. You're kind of awake, kind of not. You're not sure what to do. And I think this rule is a pretty good idea. That is actually what I'm doing in like my own TTRPG. When the guy drops to below 0, you just basically you still play the game, but you start with like you're not as effective. And the whole worry about this is suboptimal, you're gonna die and everything. It is true, but it'll make for some fucking great like roleplay moments, basically, because moving around when you're dying is a bad thing. So what you can do is just lie down on the ground, continue dying, and then the enemies would ignore you. That's how I would rule it, anyways.
Yeah, pretend to be dead. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've fallen down and you're bleeding out. So most monsters will say, okay, he's dying. Can focus on the different one, or can start eating him and whatnot. But if you're at that moment and you see your friends are dying, and there's nothing left to lose, like Anna said, just fucking go out there, blitz out, even with like you're spitting out blood and everything, still fighting. That's awesome. I would like to implement that rule for my games. So we'll see future updates to our campaigns. But
That was a very red take.
but for the death
Good news
part,
for Danny then.
but for the death part, I'm not so sure, because like when someone dies, I want is this conflict between like a storyteller and a GM. Like I want the players to feel the loss, because like you're fighting as 6 people, suddenly you're down to 5. You're missing that one extra person helping you, and so you really feel that emptiness. At the same time, not fair for that single player not able to do anything for the rest of the combat. So I don't like it, but I look for some other way to kind of like incorporate it there, because I do agree, like not doing anything sucks. That's why I hate paralyze, I hate stun, I hate all the status effect that causes you not being able to do anything.
Mhm.
So we'll see something else. That as for the angels part, that one I'm not sure as well. It's a cool idea for I do agree what Aina said just now. It's a cool idea for the setting, but I'd prefer the party go around and look for a way to bring the character back. It might be a little bit less instant gratification, but it's there. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
That's my opinion.
It's funny you bring up the fact that perhaps there's another way of doing this, right? Because there was a third hidden option,
What?
which was curses. Now I'll just drop this, and you guys can give me your immediate reactions. It's basically, as your character is dying, you can attempt one of 4 things. You can, or actually, let's go with 3. Basically, you can afflict the foes or a faction with some kind of a curse, as casting Bestow Curse, attempt divine intervention, or get a death vision that reveals clues or hints about the campaign, which you can then, with your dying words, transfer onto your party.
I don't like this one. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you should do it every single time, but I kind of like this. Like in that dramatic moment, you just pray to whatever god you have, and suddenly, blam! Your prayers have been granted, or just
Yeah, I mean, how often do you die, right?
yeah, exactly. I
Well-
think this is great, to be honest. At least in our campaign, we don't die as much, so I think this is a good idea. Yeah, I kind of like this.
I think the
But we're
4
close to
options
dying.
should be up to a random dice roll by the GM. For example, if someone dies and then the GM rolls a die, and then the person that is dying gets the the effect
Oh,
that
actually.
the GM rules. Because divine intervention could be you get resurrected on the spot, right? Or maybe getting clues or something. It's like a divine intervention as well, and then he's able to tell someone about the clues of about the campaign.
I think like this is a cool idea. Maybe like if you want to incorporate it with your original one, it could be like you're dying, but you're not there yet. You're still rolling your death saving throws and everything. But you can choose to just fail all your saving throws to get one of these three things instantly.
That's right.
Like okay, like I can't do this anymore. But please God, I want my friend to survive. Take me, but please let my friend survive.
And then you get
divine intervention, but he
if-
fails. He fails immediately.
Ooh.
and then you get divine intervention and get healed back to full health. God
Yeah,
says
maybe something like
you're
that.
still in that fight with your friends.
I don't know. That's a cool idea. Maybe like it's a
Actual
rule that you
color
shouldn't
friendship.
tell your player. Just like it's a soft rule,
It's
so that
a
when the
hidden
player when the
rule.
player's dying, like, do you have any last words? And the player goes,
Ooh.
bag and everything, blah blah blah, and we'll see if a curse or a divine intervention or whatnot happened based on their last thoughts. Who knows? Like there's a lot of ways to do this.
That's
There's just so many cool
cool.
ideas.
Watch as he
Right.
actually
Yeah.
slowly installs this like into the campaign. I'm gonna write my will and testament right now for Danny.
And
Yeah.
with discussion of that coming to an end, thanks to our handy watch, aka time running out, we will bring this segment to a close. I think Rain earned himself a gold star today for excellent
Wow.
performance.
Hey, you always
I mean-
give him a gold star. That's unfair. He's
Well,
like college
Strive
level.
to be
We're like
fair to
kindergarten.
And,
Teacher's pet.
Wow.
He's the
Rain is a teacher's pet.
Wow.
Guys, let's bully him outside class.
Oh no,
The
teacher.
more expands. Very good.
I've already have your IP address in my brain.
Alright, so you're all dismissed. Thank you for coming to my class, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah. But that also ends our very long episode today.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the
Very excited.
Halloween special with
It's
the
the
death
Halloween special.
and the
Yeah, it's
dying
a Halloween special.
and all. Maybe we'll get a Christmas special. See if we last that long. Anyway.
Wow.
With all the
Why?
talk of
Like,
death
worse.
and dying
Watching
on
the
the second
negativity, I
episode. Anyway, that's all we have for you this
Maybe
week,
such a
folks.
Debbie Downer.
We'll see you guys next week, and have some stale memes. Okay, bye.
Get the hell out of my classroom.
Wow.
Oh my god.